Hello Scorpio, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. How are you, my beautiful Scorpios? Thank you so much for showing up here. We are just going to do a 9-card draw this week because that's what my brain wants to do. 9-card draw always lights up my brain. Let's figure it out. Scorpio, thanks for showing up here. And if you're a brand new, I hope you will stay. We have a beautiful, very large Scorpio crew here. And so I hope that you will stay and add yourself to the bunch. Thank you for the thumbs up. You're just here to grow your own tribe, by the way. And that's what grows the tribe, is the thumbs up. So thank you so much for doing that. And if you're interested, at the end of this video, I'm going to talk about how to find the extended, also talk about private reads. Let's find out what's going on. Got to spend a little bit of time with one of my new, remember I told you I was collecting Scorpios? I told you that in the sneak peek for the week. My newest Scorpio collected. He is a musician, and he is a journalist, and he is just an all-around great guy. So a good addition to the Scorpio gang. Let's find out what's going on for Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about the week ahead, Scorpio. Whenever you get this, today, tomorrow, or next year. We've got the 10 of Swords. What's going on here? Feels like you're about to release something. Something is coming to an end, maybe possibly painfully, but it feels like something is about to end here. It might be a really busy time, or a time when things were moving so fast that you could barely keep up. Feels like things that were rushing maybe, or possibly coming to a place where they're going to become manageable, is what it feels like. The 5 of Wands is here, and it really does feel with the 8 of Wands that you've been sort of running here, running there, doing this, doing that, keeping up with some sort of a really heavy schedule. I feel like as we move into, well, I'm in Canada, so as we move into the fall time here, or if you're on the other side of the pond, Australia, Brazil, New Zealand, as you move into the summer months here, things are starting to maybe get a little bit more relaxed. I want to say that you're at the end of a really, really tough cycle. It's time to let go. And that for you, those of you who are in the spring, like spring is here, I feel like things begin to speed up. And so you're going to have to make decisions about what you're going to do with your time. But it does feel like here that somebody here is finally releasing some sort of burden of moving quickly. I think that you're going to settle yourself or slow down just a little bit, become a little more intentional. It feels like it's a little bit of lack, but I don't know that it really is. It feels like you're going to become far more intentional instead of just moving really quickly here. You might be in the slow down phase. Tell me more. We've got the 6 of Cups. We've got the 7 of Pentacles, yeah, at the heart of the matter here. 7 of Pentacles is about working really hard, right? It's about, you've already thrown your seeds of intention, and now you must nurture it. So it feels like you're building something here, but it also feels like you're building something, Scorpio, that you've wanted to build all of your life. Like you've wanted to build, like one of these days, I'm going to do that thing. One of these days, I'm going to become a drummer in a band. One of these days, I'm going to become a business owner. One of these days, I'm going to become a writer. Like it feels like you're now in one of these days. You're in that phase right now. So for some of you, this energy of the 8 of Wands and the 5 of Wands is things picking up. And for some of you, the 10 of Swords and the 8 of Wands tells me things are slowing down a little bit. So you can start making more intentional moves here. We have the King of Wands. We have the 2 of Pentacles. We have the 3 of Cups. And we have the 3 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have the Star. Let's put down 2 cards here. All right, so we have some clarity coming in. As for those of you who feel that things are maybe just slowing down a little bit now, or going to start to slow down, it feels like you are getting clarity about what your next strategic move is. It feels like you are slowing down for a reason. Like time is slowing down. It's becoming less busy. It feels like it's because it's time for you to start picking your direction, or what the thing is that you're going to do next, is what it feels like here. We have the 2 of Pentacles, we have the 3 of Cups, and we have the 3 of Swords. It feels like there is some sort of celebration coming, but it also feels like it's because of It feels like it's in the midst of all the chaos is what it feels like. So for those of you who are in this speed up energy, right? It feels like in the midst of all the chaos, it feels like you've been working really hard, but you're about to celebrate something that you've been working really hard on. I feel like the Three of Swords is sort of giving me the energy of, I didn't think that I could do it. Maybe people aren't going to be impressed with whatever it is that I've been doing. The Three of Swords and the King of Wands is giving me the energy of, I just went out and I did it. I just went out and I got it. And maybe people around me aren't all that impressed with it. I feel like the right people are impressed with you, I want to say. But I don't necessarily think that you're vying for kudos from anybody, honestly. Tell me about the Ten of Swords. Tell me what this is, please. You're letting go of something here. You're releasing something, but it's because it's the end of a cycle. There's something here that no longer serves you, my friend, that you're letting go of. Tell me what this is. We've got the Eight of Swords. Well, that's a great thing to let go of. Look, feeling trapped in the mind or feeling like your hands are tied or you don't have a way out of this, or it feels like you're finally releasing yourself. You're cutting the ties that bind you here. And the Eight of Swords tells me that it was all in your head anyway. I want to say that it was a mental trap that you had been in. We've got the Six of Pentacles. And we've got the Queen of Cups. So it does feel like you're finally releasing something that's quite emotional. It feels like you're releasing, it almost feels like you were stuck somewhere. Like it feels like you were stuck in the mind, stuck in the thought pattern, stuck in the overthinking. And I feel like the Ten of Swords is releasing you from that. And that with the Six of Pentacles here, it now allows you to give your love freely. So give emotion, give kindness, give compassion, whatever it is that the Queen of Cups is. It feels like with the Six of Pentacles that now, now that you've released yourself from this place being trapped in the mind, I want to say that you've broken through something here. And it feels like now you're starting to see that whatever you are is what you can attract. And because now you've broken out of, say, when you're in the Swords, when you're in the Eight of Swords, you can't really attract anything because you're in your head. You're not really thinking about what you can attract. You're just stuck, right? But when you get into the Queen of Cups energy, that's more of an open energy. That's more, I'm ready for it. So I feel like the Ten of Swords releases you from the Eight of Swords, and now you can give freely. You can give a little freer to other people here. So it feels like the Ten of Swords is significant information for you that's happening next week. It feels like something here that you're letting go of and coming to the end of. Something that was possibly painful, but it feels like you're now going to be moving into this energy of the Queen of Cups and the Six of Pentacles, being able to now be open with your emotions, your empathy, all of that, and that's what you're going to be receiving because you can only receive what you are in your energy. We have the Nine of Swords. We have the Eight of Wands. We have the Sun, and we have the Knight of Wands. So it does feel like here that somebody is worried about taking a risk, something that is going to put you in a place of having to be brave and take a risk of some sort. It feels like something here is moving too quickly. I was saying that sort of at the beginning. It feels like something here is moving too quickly. Somebody is trying to keep up. I want to say Scorpio, because you're not a person who likes to move quickly. Depending on where Scorpio is in your chart, Scorpio is a fixed sign and doesn't like to move quickly, likes to be more strategic. So I feel like there is a worry here. The worry is this, is if things start to speed up, I'm going to have to make quick on-the-moment decisions that are going to throw me out of balance or give me a little bit of instability. I'm going to say that there's really, yes, things are going to speed up for you, but I feel like this Sun energy is really important. And the Sun, tell me, is that you've got all the information you need. You're going to have this breakthrough. The reason that things are speeding up for you here is because it's time for you to grow. Been a hell of a ride, but I'm thinking it's time to grow. Bang, bang, bang. There's a song called Bang, Bang, Bang by AJR. It's all about not wanting to grow up, but knowing that you have to, or knowing that you have to move forward or go forward. And I feel like you have to grab the wave as it's going. And maybe you're not very good at surfing. You know what I mean? It feels like a little bit of worry because of the Nine of Swords here. And the sun being here tells me, look, it's going to go quickly, but you will have your eye on everything you need to see. You will be having breakthroughs, but this is what it feels like to grow. This is what it feels like. Things sometimes go really quickly, and this is a growth spurt for you. For some of you, it's financial. For some of you, it's in your workplace, your career. For some of you, it's now you're moving on to the next thing that excites you. But I feel like this is growth. I feel like there's a lot of growth that it's coming next week here. And the thing is that I feel like the growth that's coming for you, Scorpio, is because you have put a lot of hard work into something. You've thrown the seeds of intention, and now you're in this place where you're nurturing. And so whatever it is that you're growing, your reputation, your job, your career, your knowledge on something, knowledge base, a business, it feels like there is something you've always wanted to do all of your life. And that thing is the thing that's beginning to grow. And I think it's because you're in your King of Wands energy, because the King of Wands energy is inspired, but it's also wisdom. It's like you're in a place in your life where you're old enough to know better. You now have the wisdom. Now you're feeling inspired to really grow. And so I feel like you're looking at this Six of Cups as the energy of, I've always wanted to grow this way, but I had too much fear about growing this way. But I feel like with this King of Wands here, that the King of Wands doesn't have any fear. The King of Wands is sure of themselves because they have wisdom and they know what they're doing. So I feel like you're in a different place in your life right now, where in the past, possibly it's like you're at the place right now where you wanted to be as a 20-year-old, where you wanted to be as a 15-year-old, you wanted to be here. And I think that this is the time for something to grow. We do have the Page of Wands, we have the King of Swords, and we have the Five of Cups. The time is now, is what it feels like. This is the time. So I'm going to say whatever it is that the momentum that's building, that I feel like you're trying to hold back from or trying to slow down because Scorpio doesn't like to move quickly, please get into the momentum and go. Get on that surfboard. Even if you don't know how to surf, get on the surfboard. Because when the King of Swords is here, it's like, I've got all the knowledge. I know what's going on. I'm making all the decisions. I'm facing everything head on. And the Page of Wands says, this is putting a little bit of spark in me. So I think that in order to not be in regret, I think you really need to get on the surfboard and get the wave. It really feels like you need to take a chance doing something you never did before. And that thing is going to grow. I feel like you've done enough observation from a distance. And you are somebody who likes to observe things, learn about things, and I feel like there's enough observation has been done now. Now it's time to take the knowledge that you've learned and apply it. Apply it in your life here. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. Well, first maybe we'll talk about this this Three of Swords up against this King of Wands, because it does feel like the reason that the Three of Swords is here is because everything is speeding up and moving really quickly, and I don't think you're a fan of it, because you're the one who likes to check things out, get clarity, move really slow, be very strategic. You can see that the Knight here of Cups is the passive Knight, but also the one who's passive because they want to figure out all the moves, right? This one's playing chess. Like I want to be really strategic with how I spend my time, my effort, my energy, my money. And so I don't really want to move quickly here. So I think that while the Five of Wands is here, that you're trying to hold back, Scorpio. It's almost like you're holding yourself back from your brilliance. The brilliance is the Ace of Swords. You're holding yourself back from your brilliance and your breakthrough because you're scared of the pace at which everything is going. And I'm just going to say, try and get on that board if you can. I think that the Three of Swords is telling me that things are moving too quickly here for you. And I don't think you necessarily are a fan. But look, you're in control, okay? So you're the one that's in control. It may look out of control to you because everything's moving quick and you're trying to keep up with the cart. I don't know why I just saw that. I just saw a cart being pulled by horses, and a kid, it jumped off the back and now is running for the cart, trying to get back on the cart. And it feels like I want to tell you that you're the person who's in control. At any time you can say, hey, slow the cart down. I need to get back on. Like, I feel like you're in charge, But I feel like this underlying energy of the Three of Swords is, if it goes too fast, I'm going to fail. If it goes too fast, I'm going to fail. But I think you're really in a great momentum right now, so try and keep this momentum. We do have the Lovers, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this definitely could be you looking at someone as a romantic connection, because we do have the Knight of Cups here, we have the Lovers, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. But it does feel like you have spotted someone, or you have your eye on someone who possibly may be feeling like they're a good connector for you, or somebody who can compete with the Emperor energy. Somebody, because I feel like you're the Emperor, and I feel like that this is somebody who can keep up with your energy. I feel like it's somebody who's very grounded, or who slows you down in your energy, makes you feel very grounded. The Lovers being here means there is a connection here that I want to explore, but I'm going to hold everything back. I'm going to keep it all in. I'm going to keep it all back, and I'm going to keep in charge of it all. Because there's this underlying Three of Swords energy, which is disappointment, heartbreak, and I don't want to have to deal with any of that. I don't want to deal with that right now. So it feels like there's something here that's moving slowly, that possibly you have your eye on someone, that there's maybe someone in your life that as things are moving by you really quickly, this person slows you down for a moment, takes you aside, talks to you. Like, it feels like this person slows you down for a moment, and I feel that you feel there's a connection with this person here. Excuse me. We got the Two of Pentacles here. I feel like this person, if it is a person at all, this person is somebody who I feel that you've met in a social circle. You meet them when you're out, when you're having fun, when things are whirlwind-ish. It feels like when everything is sort of caught up in the excitement, that's where you meet this person. You might already know them. You might already have come across this person, but it feels like it's in a social situation where everything's moving really fast and you're trying to juggle a lot of things. So it could be you go to a place where there's lots of entertainment, or in a restaurant. It's like you're trying to juggle many conversations or many people. Tell me what the Two of Pentacles is, please. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Okay. We've got the Six of Swords in the reverse. We've got the High Priestess, and we've got the Eight of Cups. So I feel like, oh look, the Wheel of Fortune just showed up in the future. So I feel like we've got the Eight of Cups and the High Priestess here, because I feel like this person here pulls you out of yourself. This person, I feel, pulls you out of your silence. It feels like you're a person who's maybe very introspective. And this person, whoever they are, the Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, possibly an Aries or maybe a Gemini, this person pulls you out of the self and makes you be external with them. It feels like that's what I'm saying here. It feels like they pull you out of yourself. You disengage from your High Priestess energy, from being silent. This person engages with you, and therefore you disengage from this High Priestess energy. It's a place where maybe that you're feeling very stuck, and in this busyness, this person sort of grabs you out of the craziness, pulls you aside, and talks to you for a moment. Centers your gravity. That's what it feels like here. There's a Wheel of Fortune here, so it feels like there is, you're going through a time where you're getting a lot of attention, and the Wheel of Fortune being here tells me that's your destiny. So things picking up and moving quickly here is your destiny. For some of you, where you are fighting that, you want it to slow down, but it feels like things are changing. Things in your life are changing. You're getting more attention. Things are moving quicker. You're now sort of almost ready to cross some sort of finish line. It's like you're accomplishing something, but you've come out of a really hard cycle, and it feels like you were maybe off grid for a little bit, and now you're back in the saddle again. It feels like you're back at where the action is, because you managed to finally get your stability, or build something. Build your confidence, build your reputation, build money, build your career, or whatever it is. You're feeling a lot more confident in order to take on these changes. We're going to go into the extended. If you'd like to go into the extended with us, we're going to talk about this social group. We're going to pull this apart a little bit and see where you know this person from and why are you holding this back. We're going to talk about this. We haven't even touched this here. Your strategic moves and what you're thinking about what you're going to do next. We'll talk about that. Please go to the top of all of the comments. There's one pinned comment that'll give you a link there for the extended if you want to just purchase this extended, or if you want to go into the membership area and see all of the extendeds, if you want to do that. Also, if you're you're interested in a private read, I do have pre-recorded readings and live readings available. We can chat on the phone or through video, whatever you like. Let's do that. You can have between 5 and 75% off of live readings. That's where all the sales are right now. I'm still doing pre-recorded readings. If you're interested in signing up for that, please take the link to Hypsee and you will find all of my pricing there. I will see you in the extended, Scorpio, if that's where you're going to be. And if you're not, that's okay, because I'll be back. I'm always back. You guys be back as well. And I will meet you here. Thanks for your thumbs up, Scorpio. Bye-bye.